I'm hoping for either the cleanest possible game, as our bans have in fact started, or the most bonanza clown fiesta game possible. As Evelyn is of course first banned out for JumpScare, followed by Lucian for Ratones. Followed by Twitch and Mundo. Okay.
Yo, these bans though, these bans.
Spicy.
Let's see if we can get some ads on my TV.
No ban! What?
Yes, sorry, I forgot to mention this. JumpScare actually have some trouble with their support. This is very unlike him, but for some reason he couldn't make it at the time. I hope all is well. We're expecting potentially something troubling could have happened, so I hope nothing too bad to our team gameable. He's very loved by the community, so I hope all is well. So yes, JumpScare are playing with a stand-in, and they will lose a ban for it. No,
first pick
no. You know what this is, right?
Ooh,
Tell us, Nano. Tell us.
it-
Why is this not trouble?
Ooh,
It's
I don't think
Danico.
it's trouble.
It's Danico and
Danico's
Aatrox.
Aatrox.
Come
It is
on,
Danico's
man.
Aatrox.
Unstoppable. This is JumpScare's game.
How confident is he to play it into anything? There are
Hi.
quite a few champions who can very much ruin Aatrox's day. We
Alright,
do
guys.
have Pantheon there, who is actually one of those champions. No, we might actually be seeing Jin instead.
I really like the Jin because for a fact Sinister really likes to play it. Jin Thresh though, a very controlling sort of combination there. A lot of CC coming out from them.
They're playing. They seem to be playing like a very supportive bot lane. So I'm imagining most of the damage is going to be placed in their mid or jungle. As it does seem like Rel will be picked, which I think is a very nice counter against that Thresh Jin, and it works well with that Aatrox. So I think it's a very nice pickup if they decide to go with it, and they do in fact decide to go with it. I'm curious what they pick here AD carry. They could neutralize the support bot lane, which would
Yes,
What's
yes,
going
yes,
on?
yes. I've been waiting for this. This is the multi-sniper mastery and Danico's Aatrox. Two one-tricks getting their champion in this game.
I'm genuinely in shock.
No. Listen. Sit back
You know
now,
what's
and learn.
You know what's weird? I think he works in this comp is the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I think he makes sense. He does actually make sense. I mean, he's not your first pick, but if you're comfortable on the champion, I mean, I'm not gonna say he's like entirely out of place.
Bro, I played against this Master Yi. He's a menace on it. I swear. I promise you. I'm not even capping. As playing the champion goes, he knows how to play it.
You could easily pair this with like a mage bot laner here, or like a strong AP mid, and I can see it making sense. As Swain is actually banned out from the side of JumpScare, I'd imagine that they'd actually want to pick up the Swain.
Why did Scuffed Ratones miss a ban?
Why did Scuffed Ratones miss a ban?
Scuffed Ratones missed a ban. Wow, okay. Alright, Mela, let's leave it at that. Zeri banned, now JumpScare's AD carry. Who is there? It's Ventus, yes. Alright, okay. And they're okay with it, I guess. Alright, okay. No flame. Keep playing, yeah. Good luck. Mela, okay. Because they missed a ban.
Pesa is banned.
They need some heavy APS Scuffed Ratones. I don't know what it's gonna be. But they definitely need it.
I mean, oof. You can argue that you can get away with a Kayle here since the jungle is a Yi. He won't realistically be ganking. That said, you would be leaving it up to a very strong counter pick. I'd rather see if Ked's going to be picked there, as Echo will be picked again. Echo is probably not the worst mid here. Again, I mean, he's definitely not bad. I think he's not the strongest pick, but I think he's incredibly undervalued, especially with the Lich Bane and Proto Belt buffs. I think the champion is a really solid state, and if you're a player who likes playing him, he's definitely a decent pickup. Vladimir being covered here for JumpScare. I think he's okay. You can definitely play Vladimir. I think there are maybe better champions that can be played, but I think Vladimir isn't the worst champ you can pick here, as he will of course be locked in.
The rivers will run red.
Now for an AD carry here, you want something either hyper aggressive or you want some sort of mage. So I'm expecting a Corki, I'm expecting a Ziggs, I'm expecting maybe even a Senna if I'm being completely honest. Like, sort of fight fire with fire in terms of support.
I like the Senna as well.
Uh,
Senna would go hard here, especially having the Yi, Vladimir, Aatrox, a lot of carries already. It does seem like it's Tristana though, but yes, I really liked the Senna if it was playable. So it's a bit of a weird mix here for JumpScare. Tristana, very early aggression. Rel is okay with Tristana, she does well. But you have that like Master E can kind of thrive in that setting as well. But Vladimir and Aatrox here, especially Vlad, will take some time. I'm gonna be honest with you, Nano. The comps are confusing to me. I'm not really sure what each side kind of wants. So JumpScare want Rel to go in with Vladimir, I assume. And I guess Master Yi is killing everyone with Tristan and all the chaos.
yeah,
While
so JumpScare have drafted this like counter engage comp. However, if you look at the side of Scuffed Ratones, I don't know what the hell they're doing. You have this sort of like mid-range like sort of gameplay with Trash and Jin. You then have like a sort of point and click engage and can sort of counter engage with Pantheon.
that's
You have
Yasuo
Echo,
top
who's a
lane, bro.
follow-up champion.
This is such a
And then you
solo
have-
queue team, for sure.
Then
Like,
you have Yasuo top lane, who I think, I'm gonna be completely honest, I think the Yasuo makes zero fucking sense. I'm sorry.
I
but,
mean,
like,
it's like an Aatrox answer.
is it? Is it? I mean, you would have maybe, if have preferred to see something like, as an answer to Aatrox, maybe the cannon could fit here, add some more AP. You could have even like something like the Nocturne tank top is being played a lot recently.
Nocturne
You
tank top.
copy-
No, this is like. We need
Insane.
a year or 2 years to come to that level, as in, you know, you're a bit ahead of the curve there, buddy.
It's being played.
Relax,
It's being
relax.
played right now.
I
It's being
can
played
see
right
it
now.
in my brain as well. Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong?
As the match seems to have been remade, maybe someone doesn't own a champion.
No. I can't see the chat.
I can't see
One
the
second.
chat either.
Okay. Alright, nice. There's a poor locked in Leona by accident. Happens.
It is what it is.
It happens. It is the how you say, the stand-in. So
But anyway, besides that, again, the cannon, you would have maybe liked to see the Rise, maybe even the Gragas. At most, if you really just want to counter the Aatrox, you have picks like the Urgot or the Boppy. But yeah, we're
Bobby.
going with the Yasuo,
Bobby.
the Boppy.
Listen.
Pop it.
Scuffed Ratones, I get this vibe from them. I've seen them how they played against the Versio, okay? I get this vibe that they are a group of friends that have played for a while. They play champions that they are happy to play. And I think they are quite chill. I don't know why. It just feels like even their game against the Versio, it didn't seem nervous at all. You know what I mean? It just felt like no one was going for a lot of isolated ego plays. It felt very unison, sort of. So when I see their comp, I'm like thinking, okay, so the Echo saw Vladimir, saw Master Yi and Echo, he maybe really likes to play Echo, but Yasuo into Aatrox, for me definitely is like one of these, let me counter pick with Aatrox. And it's Pantheon jungle, that's also nice to see. I think if multi-sniper plays this really well, I think Master Yi can be a bit of a trouble for Pantheon jungle. The DPS from Master Yi is a lot higher than what Pantheon can deal with. So let's see how that goes. But the combination of units, specifically the Vladimir, I'm not the biggest fan of. But I think Vladrel is okay. But I would like to see maybe a bit more supporting, especially when you have Yi wants to carry, Vlad wants to carry, Tristana wants to carry, and Aatrox wants to carry. It would have been better distributed to have a bit of more supporting. While Scuffed Ratones have a similar issue with the Yasuo being that. But then you have, Echo, very money hungry. And then you have the Jin, the Pantheon that can sort of support the early game and Thresh to sort of go along that. So in terms of comps, I prefer Scuffed Ratones if we play for Echo and Yasuo and somehow get them fed. But yeah, JumpScare really need to find a lot of...
I actually think that for the exact opposite reasons, I think JumpScare's comp is a lot stronger. I think realistically, Scuffed Ratones have to win this early game, but they don't have a comp who can... I mean, they kind of can, but not really snowball early game. Yeah, if this game goes to like 25, 30 minutes, I think at that point you'll just see JumpScare heavily outscale Scuffed Ratones.
I
And
mean,
so I mean it's gonna be
yes,
heavily
yes,
on like, is this
yes,
Pantheon gonna make plays? Is this Echo gonna get Prio and Drome?
yes.
Is this Yasuo gonna get monstrously ahead?
I agree
And
with
if
you as
that
well.
doesn't happen,
I
if
agree
that
with
doesn't
you.
happen, I think JumpScare just wins.
I agree with you with the
So
late game scaling of jump scare. I do, I do. The thing that I like a lot about Scuffed Raton is they have this combination, which is really interesting for the mid game. They have the point and click stun from Pantheon that could be followed up with either Thresh Q or Jin W. Similarly, the other ability follows as well in that combination. And we have Thresh E as well, potentially Echo Stun, and the Yasuo knock up. Like, this is like from one click ability, we can get all this combination. So, I mean, it's just interesting. So even if we find like somebody a bit out of position and we get this combination, Jin can do it from far range as well. I hope to see it. Scuffed Ratons, like I said, they give me a vibe. They are really playing like a team.
that's fair. I mean, we'll see. I think this game will definitely be decided though, primarily by jungles. We'll have to see. Like, will Yi power farm, power scale, get a bunch of objectives, and just like turn into a menace, or is the Pantheon gonna put enough pressure on him where like he's just gonna become irrelevant to the game?
I want to talk a bit about the Vladimir. This is BLW Azakana today. He hit diamond, so he told me he's gonna make us proud. So let's see what he has
Okay.
to offer. He definitely picked one of these champions that could, let's say, 1v5. So let's see how that goes. Honestly, for me, all eyes on Maltese Sniper. So let's see before the game. Apologize. JumpScare, yes. It's a very unique name. And I see somebody forgot to put up the logos. Yes.
No logos needed.
Nano, take us through the early game while the logos get done. Oi, oi, oi.
So as the logos get done, bog standard, everyone sits in a bush. Daniko slaps Aspect, takes his shield, but Aspect does get the ward off. Not an amazing ward. The ward will probably run off before any amazingly useful information comes out. But it's not the end of the world either. I'd say it's something. It's something.
Yes.
Now,
It cannot
as
be
the
nothing,
game
that's for sure.
Now, I would like to point out we were entirely wrong about the comp. It is in fact Echo jungle with Pantheon top and Yasuo mid.
Oh,
I'm gonna be completely honest.
we did not see that coming, Nano. What do you think now, Ulma?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I think this comp is even worse this way.
Wow, that's not
So
optimistic.
I mean, you have essentially given Vladimir a much easier lane now. You've given Yi an easier time in the jungle, and you've given Aatrox a slightly harder lane. So maybe they want to prioritize making sure this Aatrox does not get further ahead. That said, they are giving up quite a bit of pressure in this jungle, which, I mean, that's kind of, again, where you would like to start putting in that pressure. As we do just seem to be farming it out. Which again, I mean, this is very in favor of, if they keep farming this out, the side of actually here Azakana is getting a bit jumped on, as the Dawn does in fact block Jin's W. Can't say that name on Twitch. Nanako here, getting a nice
Dawn.
few Qs on Darken.
Don Ricardo.
Of course, it is two Aatrox mains dueling it out in the top lane.
True. So that's why SR left Aatrox open. I see. They were hoping
Of
they
course.
they can get it.
Or Darken might just understand maybe to counter him with Pantheon. Pantheon is very lore accurately a counter to Aatrox. Or at least
But just by
a
lore,
bit of a
shish.
soft counter. No, I mean the matchup is good, then also makes sense, you know, in lore.
Ooh,
You know,
that Q
little
barely missing.
talk. But here
That's
comes the
sinister.
W, and I mean,
Bro, I love how Sinister plays. By the way, like this guy is not an AD carry main. Like the spacing, the CSing, Incredible. Even against Aversio, he really impressed in my opinion.
I think he's definitely one of the more fun AD carries to watch. Like you said, I mean, he doesn't really play like a typical AD carry. He's ready to like walk up, poke, trade. As in fact, there he goes. He does get his first kill. He might go down here. In fact, he will. Ventus does manage to escape with just a sliver of HP.
Yeah,
Now
it's
we
not
do
too
have
bad.
lock. Will he look for something here? Seems like he'll just prioritize taking the scuttle. Synth can do something crazy
Oi!
here. The Q does land, but he
Ooh,
does not look like he will go for more.
that looked like
Just
a
careful here,
menacing
Azakana.
position.
The Blood Wolves mid laner does maybe need to play a little bit more safe. As Locke is hovering, although it does look like he will just back. Or will he? As he does see and engage, the Echo is coming in, but D is ready for the counter. The exhaust does come out. Echo W goes wide, does not hit, but here comes the E. He hits the E, he Qs. That's a kill for Sniper. Locke will try to return, but it will not be enough. And I
Man.
mean, this is kind of what I was talking about with
Maltese.
this mid and jungle.
Me and Maltese Sniper are like talking after every game, and like he asks me, and one thing I told him, man, I really need to see more of you. I really would like to see for one game at least that you are the first jungler to gank or to get a good counter gank across, predict the enemy jungle, you know? And that's exactly what we got, and he got first blood for it.
Oh,
Nice one, Danico. Darkin facing his demons with Aatrox being against him. That's one
Aatrox being up in
CS as
farm
well,
here
yeah.
against Pantheon is not really something you want to see. Azakana, he may have overstayed just a tiny bit. Does use W to dodge out that nado. Sinister here. Yeah, I mean, very in front and in charge. There is the potential for maybe Scuffed Ratones here to take an early Drake.
Oh, look at Sniper. He might be able to bait this. Get the ward. Alright, but no way they die to the E gank, right? In the bot lane there.
Who knows? Who knows? They are dangerously ahead. Keep in mind, the Jin has no sums. That is the rel engage. The fresh E has been used. The stun does come out, and that's gonna be a death to the Yi gang.
Let's go,
And it may
Maltese
not be
Sniper!
one, it may be two.
Who is
That's a
he?
double kill for
Oh man, I'm
Sniper.
losing my brain, bro. This guy on the E, it's such a difference, man. See the first two games he had, man. Look at him now, 3-0, 6 minutes in. He's playing like Brickcone, man. What the hell?
The Silver Sniper comes in, and he is 3-0 on the map.
Silver
as
style,
he-
Maltese. Bush Silver. Danico with the solo play as well.
will take on Dark.
Damn, this is not what I expected, man. SR looked so much better against Everson de Arau, so I guess the secret was the Master E. Look at him confidently taking Dragon here. Now I think this is a bit of a misposition for JumpScare, if I'm being honest, but let's see
This
what
does look like
happens.
a incredibly risky dragon for JumpScare.
There's a flash
As
from
we do
Maltese
see an
Sniper.
instant flash in. Will
Does he
we
get
at
the
least
smite
see him
off?
smite the Drake? He does at least smite the Drake. It does look like it will be a 2-0 though. Maybe a little bit of an Icarus moment there for multi-sniper. Thinking he can get the Drake after his bot lane had to recall.
Yep. Definitely. I would have liked maybe if we could have left Azakana in mid lane and sort of like let the multi-sniper kamikaze for the dragon. That could have been an option as well, but you know, at least they get the Drake, but a big shutdown for Sinister. That's very good for him. Let's see. I also don't approve of the Vampiric Scepter first item here on multi-sniper. I think as a jungler, you never really want to think about lifesteal, but you know, pickaxe would have been a good value for him. But maybe on the next game. Oi. What do I know? I'm not a E main, huh? Oh, alright. So
Miro does not play Jimmy. As Darkin does take a nice bit of trade damage. And again, when you're playing this Aatrox into this Pantheon, I mean, if you're not winning this lane early game as Pantheon, then you're kind of not doing anything. It's a very nice little interrupt comes out from Danico. Azakana, maybe in a bit of danger. He does blow his W a bit early. Aspect, however, fails the EQ, does not time the Vladimir W well. And it does look
It's looking a bit rough for the mid-top for Scuffed Ratones. They've fallen a bit behind in CS, approximately 10, and actually, even the bot lane here, Sventis, is 10 CS up Sinister here as well. And it's getting frozen as well. That's not what they want. Now, I do think Jin has more damage here, but I'm not really sure regards their positioning here. What does Tristana have realistically a longsword, but like... Whoop,
I think it may be the case that Tristana's kit is just better at these straight all-ins. And so if they do get an engage on, it depends. Of course, Sinister does have a lot of raw stats with his... I'll shut up here as it does
literally
exactly
like...
this has happened. The bear does come out.
The curtain
And
call
here
is out.
comes the ultimate. That will be a kill.
Oh!
As
Ooh!
Venti
What the Q?
The Phantom
What
Q!
the Q? Did you guys see that Thresh was dead and he threw out the Q from the afterlife to enact revenge, his hatred for Ventus taking him down, letting him live. And there we go, Aspect finds the combination onto Azagana. Azagana being a Yasuo main, he knows the limitation, he's dodging the Qs, he's doubling the ult and he escapes. Oh, the flash keyblade from Aspect there, finishing off Azagana. A great display of skill currently coming out from Scuffed Ratones at the moment, as their mid and support showing excellence on their champions.
They are saying, don't count us out yet. As that is a 5-2 Jin.
That is a 5-2 Jin. I don't like his creep score, you know, it's we're 22 CS off in the positive direction.
He's not farming creeps.
No,
He is in fact farming champions.
44.
That collector's already finished at 10 minutes.
We need 2 more deaths and 1 less kill and 22 less CS. It would be perfect. But anyways, what's going on? Danico, man, he's having the time of his life, man. He knew Aatrox will never get chosen, but here he is. Look at that. He's flying with majestic wings. Shaboom, shabang, and that's another kill for Danico. Darkin, man, he's not having a good time with his Pantheon. He would much rather have the Aatrox.
And you know, seeing that he's fallen so behind the lane here, you would like to see him at this point maybe try to see if he can impact the map in any way. Try to be here first for these objectives.
Yeah.
They did manage, of course, to take grubs. So of course there are 3 grubs on the side of Ratones.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Yasuo and Pantheon should have traded this matchup, most likely, right?
Yeah, most likely.
This could have been much easier for them, but maybe it's not in their playbook yet. Scuffed Ratones still thinking about their professional League of Legends Maltese career.
I think it really depends on how comfortable you are on Yasuo. That said, I do think it is... Honestly, it can stay like this. It really depends. Pantheon is one of those champs where if you understand how to play him, you can be a very, very strong early game laner. However, if you do fall behind, you are kind of useless. Pantheon, I think, arguably comparable to a sort of like top lane Caitlyn. That you have a very strong early game, you have a very strong late game, but that mid game, as my famous metaphor goes, you are pretty much as useful as nipples on a man. As we do see an engage on here by the Dawn, the Tristana will follow up. That is a big bomb on Sinister, and Sinister will go down. Ventus is right-clicking, but here comes the echo, and that will be
the Lock returning the favor here. This could be a 2 kills for Lock.
This could be a 2 for 2, and it is in fact a 2 for 2.
Dawn actually secures that second kill. It just seems like Jin into Tristana is not playable if you leave the Tristana at full health. We need to be able to pressure her a bit better. The dragon is up, and the JumpScare would really like this dragon, let's be honest. They have a lot of healing champions. For those that don't know, this dragon significantly increases healing the lower you get, and I believe even tenacity. Maybe that's changed, but yeah, this dragon would be pretty big for I would say... Oh, you can't outsmite Echo, man. This champion is just too OP. Forcing the flash there. Aspect is here. Sinister is here. Azakana and Sniper are alone. But Dawn is here. Azakana goes a bit deep. It's a bit too much.
I think we've seen this film before.
Yeah, we just needed...
Azakana will die.
We just needed some more space. A couple more seconds before going in that quickly. The phase rush really did sort of take over there. and he started running.
Speaking of seeing this movie before, Eden Cinemas now doing reruns.
Kappa. Alright. So, Ventus here has his Yuntals and the BF sword, and Sinister has a collector and boots. I don't know. This game is looking very JumpScare favored, but I don't want to call it now. It's just 1k goal difference. This was a close game, we promised you, and there it is. Also, Captain Gecko in the chat with the Danico support. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well these days. Oh, bye. Let's see, Echo finishing that Nasher Tooth. Interesting, both junglers going sort of on hit styles. Yeah, of course, Yi makes sense, but the Echo I'm not too sure about. But I mean, he'll have really good clears this way. But yeah, JumpScare should have thought about maybe taking down that Echo for Dragon. Oh, we see multi-sniper with another potential gank here. No flash on the Jhin. Multi-sniper instantly
And
flashes.
immediately flash onto the Jhin, and that very well could be enough.
Wow, what a
Very
difference.
nice little ult to push him out.
What's going on?
That stun was
Oh my
quite
God.
large from the Echo. Yi will go down, and very just barely the Rel will not. It is in fact a 2-for-1. Still though, the bot lane gold swing has been crazy from Jhin to Trist,
Yeah.
As a co-
I wonder
As
where
a-
Atakan will be this game.
Yeah, who knows? As it is a bit of a bloodbath mid lane.
Look at top lane, man.
That's it.
They're just throwing their abilities at each other and like
That
losing
is-
50
that-
health
that is-
each.
That is how top lane works.
Oh, laners. Mala. What's good? Man, Azakana said he'll impress us. Let's hope the mid-game team fights speak for that. But so far, you know, not the greatest of game. The positioning could be better. Let's see here, Darkin though, in the meantime, he's not having a good time against Danico. Not at all. Let's see, can this game get a big swing? We need a team fight to have a multi-sniper is caught off guard here. A lot of CC coming out as Locke and Sint finish him off. Danico is here to return the favor as Azakana pursues in the chase. Aspect charging his Q. This could be a dangerous Yasuo combination here, but Yasuo forced to flash out. There's Darkin. Danico
might
ults, a
be
big ult from
crazy.
Dawn, and a
This
huge
might be
combination.
A massive fight. Danico going low, but he will not die, and this will be a wipe on the side of Scuffed Ratones. That was a 3v5 going in the favor. Wow.
This game isn't going as I expected, and I assume the pick'ems are all mostly in favor of Scuffed Ratones as well. This game so far is quite scuffed, as we can see, and the Ratones, I don't know where they are, but wow. I don't know what happened to Gameable, but I really like how Dawn is playing, especially, I don't know if it's the champion or if it's the player, you know, as Gameable seems to like to play anything but the primary supports. But yeah, that Rel ult was beautiful, locking up 4 members of Scuffed Ratones just in position for Danico on Aatrox to finish them off. Big fight.
This almost is 3 towers for the side of JumpScare as Aspect. We'll try to engage on this Tristana. However, here's Azakana, who's given a JumpScare. Does look like he's the one getting JumpScared here, as he will try to stall for Danico. The Q heal is large, but it is not enough. Yasuo will go down. Danico in maybe a bit of a precarious position. Here comes the Dawn. Sinister will get hit once by the sweet spot, get knocked up. Dawn is jumping on them. That will be another kill onto the Aatrox. 7-0. Now building his hubris.
Damn.
Stacking it up. This Jhin might be in trouble if he chooses to stay here. Locke is nearby.
Yo, Danico
It does look like it will just
on
trade
fire,
towers.
man. No wonder they ban Aatrox against this guy. Look at that, man. It's crazy. That
will be the second rake for the side of JumpScare. I mean, they are giving us a JumpScare this game, I'll say that much.
Let's just hope Gameable is alright. Oh, multi-sniper gets the smite off. A nice little
A
attempt there.
respectable attempt by Locke. A
Yep.
respectable attempt by Locke. You can't blame him for trying.
Usually Echo wins that, so it's nice to see the smite happening there. Let's see, Scuffed Ratones. What do they do when they come for you? So, Lich Bane now
As we are-
completed for the Echo. The problem with his build is that both Nashers and Lich Bane get really good when you buy Ramadans. So it's,
Yes,
it's
and so
really
he's,
gonna be delayed here.
He's kind of locked himself into a build that needs 3 items with a
Locked.
comp that starts falling off with 3 items.
Lock.
Lock, lock.
Sorry. Where's my medication? Here. Let's see how this game goes.
I do like to see the Dawn, of course, building what is probably the most overpowered item in the game right now. Those upgraded Lucidity boots. The Sanako will just walk slowly away from Lock and Darken, practically ignoring their gank. Man, those upgraded Lucidity are such strong items. 1400 gold for 25 ability haste, 50 move speed, and a phage passive. It's very strong.
And the
And
phage
of course,
passive
these
as
summons.
well.
And yes, I've upgraded Lucidity has a phage passive.
Yes, that
Or
makes
who knows
sense.
why.
Okay. Because, bro.
Because why not? They just made it so that you hit a champion now. When you upgrade them, you just get phage, you get move speed.
Nice.
Why not? They're definitely one of the stronger items in the game, and man, they're a bit of a menace, especially when you see them against you. Rest of the team opting to go for their respective boots, and mostly just focusing on that third item. That is the part of the game where they do outscale heavily. You may notice is Vladimir, even though he's 0-5, he is farming decently well. And so he is, of course, still in the game, even if he is a tiny bit behind. Who could have guessed that the Atakan has spawned in the bot side?
No way.
As it does look like Scuffed Ratones are looking to JumpScare. But they are not able to do it. Jumping a bit too far. They are sitting on a ward right now.
Okay, who started the Atakan? In the meanwhile,
It's blue team.
Herald is spawned down the mid lane. Does this give JumpScare the space to secure the Atakan? Let's see.
Okay, very nice attempt.
Oh, was a
A
kind of
W
aspect.
landed. Azakana is in a bit of danger using that W early game. The Dawn here is also in a bit of danger.
Ooh, barely dodging that trash Q. Azakana
Azakana,
yet
you are jumping
again.
in without your W.
This is like a thing he likes to do, huh?
Here comes a sniper. He has also gone in. He will trade 1-for-1 for the Echo. Ventus is kind of stuck. Fighting
Caramba,
this Yasuo.
Danico!
Meanwhile, Danico was just going crazy on their back line. However, this may be a bit of a misplay from JumpScare. Going 4-for-3.
Man, this team, JumpScare, has 3 individuals that really need to get their acts together, okay? We have Danico fighting his own battle. We have Multi-Sniper fighting his own battle. Azakana fighting his own battle. And then Ventus fighting his own battle. Like, we need to decide, hey guys, our Aatrox is turbo strong, our Tristana is turbo strong. We play for one of them, or 2 of them, win together. This could have been 2 kills into bot lane tier 2, and then you can set up the next tier 2 in top lane before the Baron buff. Or take
Or
Atakan.
Atakan.
Yeah, that could have been it, but it was so spread out, so many resources spent, trying to get a lot more kills than what you need, that nobody takes the objective.
They're just starting Atakan. I was about to say.
Stop,
there
JumpScare, I'm
is
trying to make a point.
Opportunity here.
JumpScare,
There
I'm
is
trying
an
to make a point.
opportunity here for them to just rush the Atakan. He, of course, one of his biggest strengths is the fact that he just melts his objectives. There is the trash here, but Locke is on the opposite side of the map, and they have no vision on Atakan. And that will just be Atakan for free for the side of JumpScare.
Woohoo! Alright. So now that Atakan is secured, the next thing on everyone's mind is this dragon. It is sole point for JumpScare if they secure it. Let's see.
The last thing you really want on a team that scales is 2-3 mountain drakes, making them even tankier, making them even more difficult to kill. So Drake will spawn. The Dawn will scout out any wards. Will place a control ward there, as Locke will counter by trying to clear them.
Alright,
We see
guys.
Darkin, he does have TP. Maybe another little bit of a misplay there, putting the TP top Pantheon. Again, I think in a comp like this, you maybe would have preferred Ignite, but it's a bit too late. So now the TP will, of course, show its merits, allowing him to sort of split push without needing the ultimate. Although it is available if he so needs it.
Let's see.
Now, if they play this fight correctly, this could very well be a game-winning fight for the side of JumpScare. However, they are not prepping that mid lane. I mean, if you're JumpScare here, you need to prepare that mid lane wave. Make sure that, hey, if we win this next fight, let's just push down mid, get an inhib, maybe even honestly go for an end. As it does look like all of Scuffed Ratones are just looking, making sure like, hey, can we catch anyone here before this fight starts? They are very much wary of a straight 5v5.
A lot of things to consider here. Perhaps Dragon is up, Baron is spawning in just 30 seconds. And of course there's those tier 2 turrets that cost a lot of money. And maybe if anyone from SR can try to open top lane in the meanwhile, that could be a lot of gold for them too. See, Echo now almost finishing that Rabadon. Well, he's barely on it, so yeah, he needs another 1000 gold here before he can get it. Oh, but this could be a bad rotation here for JumpScare. Now the Scuffed Ratones know they're in the top side. We could
It does
try
look like
to
they have
rush this
realized it,
dragon.
and they are starting the Drake. Azakana. Again, there's no wards on these objectives, guys. Oh, no, there is. They do know they're taking it.
Oh, let's see it. Azakana yet again the first one in this battle.
He
Now-
does, of course, have W this time, and so he can afford to do something like this as he's just stalling
Oh,
with the rest
no.
of his team. However, a very nice Q3 from Aspect, and that will be a kill. Wait a
Oh,
second.
the snipe from Sinister. The dragon is secured by SR. Daniko left in a 1v2 situation. There's multi-sniper flashing in. Down goes Locke. And now multi-sniper is looking for more. Dawn is hitting on Sinister. A lot of CC coming out, but Sinister has the damage to finish him off. Distractions though, distractions as, let's see, Aspect is taken down by multi-sniper and Daniko. So all for all there, 3 for 4. So 3 for 5, wow, 4, sorry, I can't count. 3 for 4 in favor of JumpScare, but Scuffed Ratones get the Mountain Dragon. So I don't know which is worth more, but if maybe this can lead into a Baron, let's see. Again, very segmented fight, okay? We saw Ventus in one side, Daniko on the other. God knows where multi-sniper was, he came in a bit late. And then towards the end of the fight, we see Dawn fighting off against Sinister. Yeah, JumpScare needs to organize a bit before I start shouting. Oi, oi, oi. Where is this Baron, huh? We need Baron.
Where is this Baron? If you are JumpScare here, you may want to do what your name says and try to set up a JumpScare here near this Baron, clear out some vision. Try to get it so that you can maybe, if need be, collapse on Scuffed Ratones here. As Daniko is split pushing bot lane without TP when Baron is up. It is a bit dangerous here. He is going quite far in that bot side. Let's see if he'll just push this out and try to rotate mid. That said, Aspect will match him, so this will be a 4v4. If the fight does break out near Baron.
I think Daniko pushing in the bot lane makes a lot of sense. I'm not sure why he is sort of backing off there. I would try to be more intense about it. No one can match him on side lane realistically at the moment. And at the same time, JumpScare sort of have free pressure on this Baron, and they could sort of fake it out. So there's a lot of things that could work out for them if they use that as a side option. But see, anytime he goes bot, they need to answer by sending Yasuo or someone to try and hold Daniko, but Daniko can still potentially fight that. It's just when he leaves it, it gets pushed back, and now we're back into having that 5v5 scenario. See, Ventus and Azakana here on the chase trying to find Darkin. Oh, there's the E coming out, the stun as well. Ventus instantly popped by Locke. Azakana here caught in a pickle now, as both carries trying to find the isolated play. Azakana flashes in just to get stunned and
Ooh.
comboed, but he does manage to get the kill on Darkin as the Vladimir passive ticks off. It's a 2-for-1 trade for Scuffed Ratones. This is a bit more of what I expected when I saw this game. But let's see, here we go, multi-sniper dashes in onto Sinister. A lot of damage though coming in. As we do see...
As we are kind of doing the patented one at a time strat, where we all die one at a time.
Yeah, this is
Oof.
not how the game should go. Oh man, if Sniper is listening to this, my friend, you have to attack the front line to get your... he has Hail of Blades, not Lethal Tempo. Oh no. Okay, you have to attack the minions to get your Genso. And then you can... or build... I don't know. It's a lot of damage though at the moment. If he just dashes in like that, he's just getting comboed. But hard to take on fights without your main carry, you know. Ventus is such a huge part of their damage. And so is Azakana.
It's a real shame, because I do genuinely believe they just straight up win 5v5s.
Like, look at Ventus here. Again, with these isolated places, he's gonna go down. Okay, he takes down Sinister, but is that worth it? And now Azakana here as
He
well.
might be able to get 3.
Oh, 2 flashes there for the ult.
Okay.
Alright, we'll take that at least.
Sure.
Darkin securing that tower. I really like how useful he's been though. Despite sort of the earlier starts, he's really been doing well. Must be tough if JumpScare lose this game. It really must feel bad for them if they do, but I think Scuffed Ratones are playing pretty well overall, considering.
If you look at the gold graph, I mean, they're pretty close. Then again, the way the JumpScare's comp works is that they scale into Scuffed Ratones' comp. So provided they start taking 5v5s and they play more as a team, I still think they win. Especially now that we've reached 30 minutes into the game. I mean, it should start becoming very noticeable how much JumpScare's comp outscales Ratones' comp. That said, I mean, at the end of the day, we could of course see more picks on the side of Ratones. If they're not able to get like a proper 5v5 off, well, who knows? I mean, they might just run away with the game. As it does look like they are finally playing together. Sent in a very precarious position. And that will be 1 kill. And that will be 2 kills. And that will be 3 kills. Will be a kill back to their side as the sniper is running in. And that is another. And that is, yeah, I mean, you play together and you win, guys. You just play together and you win.
Damn. The one time they click mid lane. Damn, that's crazy. Alright, you see guys, I hope you guys watching this stream are also getting sort of a lesson about this, because damn, it's not about playing that isolation, you know. And if you think you're the carry and you're like, the team should play around me, maybe, you know, instead of thinking like that, maybe you should play behind your team. Use them as bait, as I like to do. Alright, so let's see how it goes here. Inhibitor taken, Dragon secured. And now?
Truth be told, if you are Scuffed Ratones here, these 5v5s are fights which you should never be taking, right? So you're practically guaranteed to lose them, especially this late into the game. And so they should continue to look for these like one-off picks or these like number advantage fights. You know, as opposed to sort of grouping. That's it. I mean, if you have a comp that practically in every single lane, every single side just outscales, just fight together. Not really much to say there. To be fair, they do have very nice pick potential from the side of Ratones. You have the Pantheon, like you said, with into the W, into the Trash Q, into maybe even the Echo W. I mean, there's a lot of pick potential there. It's just they need to find it. And really, it's JumpScare's job to just sort of stick together and just not let them find this opportunity.
Oj, JumpScare だよ! JumpScare! Rabadon's completed now for Azakana. 12 assists on that Vladimir, eh? What a support. Even his Rel has a nice arcade.
I mean, those assists are going straight into his Dark Seal.
True.
So to be fair, they're a good bank. As of course, we do see the 4th item completed for Locke. Locke is a very, very scary member of Ratones here. Same for Sinister, if I'm being completely honest. And like you're saying, Darken is trying his best to try to stay relevant, but when you play Pantheon and you fall behind, he is a bit useless until you reach these 3-4 item spikes, where he once again becomes pretty annoying due to his E. And his W.
Look at
There's
this.
a lock here.
The jump scare.
The jump scare.
Oh, they know. What?
They know.
What? Was?
They did kind of walk over a ward. To
No.
be fair.
No way, bro. They're hacking. Someone tell the admins. Alright. Daniko finds the flash on. Ooh, damage from
Big
Tristana.
chunk, and
Look at Don's
it's
engage.
It's
This
gonna
is
be
it,
another
guys.
5v5.
Wow, man. Blink and you'll miss it. Sort of fashion. Finally, JumpScare are playing together. Look at that, man. Alright, I hope they learned their lesson. It's their first win of the series. Let's go.
And this will most likely, I mean, not most likely, this is gonna be the win for the side of JumpScare.
No, bro.
Grouping
Scuffed
together.
Ratones have
Grouping
this, bro. What are you saying, man? Are you serious? No, JumpScare, no. Alright, guys, I'm really happy. It seems like the people with pick'ems are really sad today. Happy admin, man.